Remind America of the fierce urgency of now.
If you're uncomfortable, like a lot of us are, it's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
Hi. Thank you so much for tuning in for the first ever Awareness Talks. My name is Allié McGuire, and I am the co-founder of Awareness Ties. Awareness Talks is going to be a monthly event series about causes that we're all tied to, conversations that aren't easy to always have, topics that are hard to talk about sometimes, but we're going to talk about them anyway. We feel like it is through conversation that sustainable change can be made. That conversation begins tonight, but before we get to the conversation, one of race, we are going to set the tone. We are going to set that tone with some poetry, with some statements and some stories, but first with a song. This exclusive performance by Cali Bevier. We reached out to Caly. We said, hey, is there a song that you might share that really speaks to this world, what's going on right now, with the conversation we're about to have? This is a song that spoke to her. She shares it with us here. Love her. Cali Bevier, ladies and gentlemen, love her voice, love that song. Please do take a look at Caly and her work. Follow her on Instagram and listen to her music on Spotify. Visit her website. We are so honored to have Caly as one of our official ambassadors of Awareness Ties. I love how that song just resonated so much, how it just fit with everything that we're feeling and dealing with right now, where we ask, what is going on? I don't know anymore. Speaking of which, there is another young woman who couldn't really figure out what was going on. Aubree Danielle. So next, an original poem by Aubree Danielle. Something that she wrote and recorded just after George Floyd. I'll let her and her words speak for herself.
So last night I couldn't sleep at all, and this was really heavy on my heart, everything that's going on right now. And I decided to write something because it's the only way that I can express myself. So here we go. I can't breathe, he said. I can't breathe, he said. He traded a rope for a knee and hung all of my hope from a tree that America might be for me. I was wrong. I was 5 years old when I was first told, you can't sit with us, 5 years old, and it hit me like a bus. I saw myself as human, you saw me as harm. I changed myself every day, I just wanted to belong. That change wasn't enough, as I'm still seen as a weapon, as a threat, as a thug. But wait, aren't you the original thieves? You stole my land from my people many years ago, and although my body was not there, in my heart it still shows. You see my blackness as a crime and my hair as a distraction, yet you steal it once again, but on you it's just fashion. So where does the story end? Because it only seems to be beginning. I will no longer be silent, for in my mind I see winning. I can't breathe, said for 10 minutes straight. How could someone's heart be so filled with hate? All lives won't matter until black ones do also, and I will never stop saying it until others follow. My heart aches, it bleeds for my brothers and sisters, but we continue to fight, and fight strong we will together. He said he can't breathe over and over, so I will try to breathe for him and the many, many, many others. My child will live in an America where he is seen as a child, not a weapon, not a thug, but a kid that runs wild. I really hope things change soon, because it hurts. It's hard. It's harder than you think.
So thank you, Aubree, for sharing that beautiful piece that I know has meant so much to so many. Words can be very powerful, and so can actions. This next piece that we're going to share is one of those. This comes to us from Rob Bliss, and he is one of those who walks the walk. Literally. After filming this piece, he walked from the Deep South through the Midwest, and he's on his way, as we speak, to Washington, D.C., all the while carrying a Black Lives Matter sign. Take a look at this next piece. What follows is a 2-minute, 18-second video filmed during the summer of 2020 by Rob Bliss in Harrison, Arkansas, headquarters of the KKK. It contains language that may be offensive or potentially distressing. It is not recommended for viewing by minors. Please view with discretion.
Harrison, Arkansas is the most racist town in the United States.
Have a little pride in the race, brother. White pride, worldwide. I wouldn't say after dark, man.
Honestly, dude, you have balls of steel because you could get hospitalized by some guys that want to beat your ass.
I've had several old men come out here, look out the window and tell me, said, you better go tell that nigger to get out of here and shit. About 10 minutes, I'm going to be back. You better be fucking gone.
Okay, come back.
White man, white man. We matter too. You're a white man. Crazy.
You're a dumbass motherfucker. You dumb shit.
Are you a Marxist?
Communist. Domestic terrorist.
Why don't you take it to Chicago or New York and hold it up where they're shooting each other?
Explain to me why Coop 5 passes.
Real fucking job. I'm Jesus. Jack out of town. That shit don't make shit here. Hey, all lives matter, not just black. You're Caucasian.
Yeah, you're white.
You look like a white guy holding a black lives matter sign. What's the deal with that? I'd be ashamed to be a white boy carrying that stupid sign. You're white, aren't you? Oh, boy. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Good. Thank you. Standing up, too? Yes, sir. I am good. Because I'm tired of seeing this right here is the biggest hoax there ever was.
It's just the next thing to ask.
It is.
Yeah, black lives do matter, but what about ours, man?
Apparently, black people's lives matter more than us.
Apparently. You know, the Irish have...
The nigger's gonna kill you, too. Black lives don't matter.
Hey, Mike. How's your day going? Walmart, they put out this statement.
I'm going to ask you to leave. Exactly what I'm saying is exactly what they would ask me to do.
Powerful. That piece is so powerful. Thank you so much to Rob Bliss for filming that, for walking that walk. It's so powerful.
That piece is so powerful. Hi, I'm Jack McGuire, co-founder of Awareness Ties. Every time I see that piece by Rob, I am blown away. The emotion I feel, the things I thought of the America I knew. That's not the America I want to live in. That's not the America I thought I grew up in. Mm-hmm. Words are powerful. Speaking of words, Allie used her words on this next piece on a beautiful poem by Langston Hughes. Allie, would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's Let America Be America Again by Langston Hughes. And every time I recite it, I end up in tears. Every time I listen to it or read it, I'm in tears. This is a tough topic. This is hard. And it hurts to talk about it sometimes, but that's all the more reason why we have to have these conversations and these real discussions like the one that we're about ready to have in a few moments here. So
sit back and enjoy these words. Let them sink in.
Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be that great, strong land of love where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real. Life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro, bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man, driven from the land. I am the immigrant, clutching the hope I seek, and finding only that same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I'm the young man, full of strength and hope, entangled in that ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. I'm the farmer, bondsman to the soil. I am the worker, sold to the machine. I am the Negro, servant to you all. I am the people, humble, hungry, mean, hungry yet today despite the dream, beaten yet today, oh pioneers. I'm the man who never got ahead, the poorest worker, bartered through the years. Yet, I'm the one who dreamt our basic dream. In the old world, while still a serf of kings who dreamt a dream so strong, so brave, so true, that even yet its mighty daring sings in every brick and stone, in every furrow turn that's made America the land it has become. Oh, I'm the man who sailed those early seas in search of what I meant to be my home. For I'm the one who left dark Ireland shore, and Poland's plain, and England's grassy lea, and torn from black Africa's strand I came to build a homeland of the free. The free? Who said the free? Not me. Surely not me. The millions unrelieved today, the millions shut down when we strike, the millions who have nothing for our pay, for all the dreams we've dreamed and all the songs we've sung and all the hopes we've held and all the flags we've hung, the millions who have nothing for our pay, except the dream that's almost dead today. Oh, let America be America again. The land that never has been yet, and yet must be. The land where every man is free. The land that's mine, the poor man's, Indians, Negroes, me, who made America. Whose sweat and blood, whose faith and pain, whose hand at the foundry, whose plow at the rain, must bring back our mighty dream again. Sure, call me any ugly name you choose. The steel of freedom does not stain. From those who live like leeches on the people's lives, we must take back our land again. America. Oh yes, I say it plain. America never was America to me. And yet I swear this oath, America will be. Out of the rack and ruin of our gangster death, the rape and rot of graft and stealth and lies, we, the people, must redeem the land, the mines, the plants, the rivers, the mountain, and the endless plain. All the stretch of these great green states, and make America again.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream.
That was such a powerful piece. Thank you, Allie. Your tenacity and your drive and everything that pulls you to that poem is amazing.
Thank you.
It's fascinating and quite sad that is so relevant today as it was then. Just as a quick story of my past, I grew up in Flint, Michigan. I saw racism firsthand on both sides. In learning about racism and race in schools, I always dreamt and thought and imagined that I'd be like Lincoln, that I would stand up for everyone. And that's true today, as it is then, that we need Lincolns today. We need to stand up, even more so today, more than the past. And it's time to talk.
It's time to talk for sure. I mean, so you grew up in a school that was predominantly black. I grew up in a school that was predominantly white. Didn't realize I was different until the third grade. You talk about learning about history, and you envisioned yourself being a Lincoln. When I think about history and what I learned, that was actually the first time I realized I was different, is because we were learning about slavery in the third grade. And a boy sitting next to me asked me to clean up his desk. And I said, why? And he said, well, you're brown. That means you're my slave. And so history and what we learn and how we learn it, these are discussions that we need to have. It truly is time to talk.
What we have for you next is a lineup of people with thoughts on racism and how to deal with it and how to get through it. And
yeah,
go ahead, Ellie.
And they agree with us. It is time to talk.
When you ask somebody what is racism, they might say the discrimination of somebody because of the color of their skin. However, it is so much deeper than that. It is hundreds and hundreds of years of violence and undeserved hatred towards my people. Racism is built into every single system that white people benefit from today. With the recent police murders of George Floyd, Elijah McClain, Breonna Taylor, and so many others who have still not received justice, America is tired. Black people are tired. This conversation might be difficult, but if you think it's a difficult conversation, imagine how difficult it is for a black person living in an America that doesn't care about us on a daily basis. It's time to talk.
Part of my mission as a mental health ambassador is to change the narrative around mental health and wellness. Racism is a mental illness. It's time to talk.
None of us are free until we are all free, standing together in equity. It's time to talk.
Just like Dr. King, I have a dream about racism and equality. One day, everyone will judge one another by their personality, not the color of their skin. It's time to talk.
The lines between races must be erased. Let's not be divided by silence, but united in discussion. It's time to talk.
I try to keep reminding myself that seeking equality and justice for Black lives is a marathon, and we need to consistently and actively condition ourselves for that marathon. It's time to talk.
If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, you don't understand it. It's time to see race through different lens. These uncomfortable conversations must be had. It's time to talk.
Racism needs to be talked about and stopped. The only way is by our words and our actions. Ally, it's not a noun. It's a verb. It's time to talk.
Choose to be part of the difficult conversations. You want change? It comes one conversation at a time. It's time to talk.
Racism is something that isn't born in a person. It's taught. It's taught from a very young age. You don't see little kids hating each other because of the color of their skin. There could be a little white boy, little black girl, whatever the case may be. They're just kids. They have fun, regardless the color of their skin. And it's time that the world sees that racism is such a big issue and it needs to be fixed. We cannot keep discriminating people just because of the color of their skin, the hair texture that they have, how their eyes are. It doesn't make sense. It needs to be fixed. It's time to talk.
The time to speak up and talk about racism was yesterday, today, 20 years ago. We cannot take back the time we have lost, but we can take the time we have and move forward. Our words are shape-shifting difference makers, and how we use them and how we portray them online, in person, with our peers, are difference makers and hold place in society. I believe that under all the hate, all the brutal words, all the fighting we have done to get to where we are today, us as human beings all have one native tongue, which is love. Let us start talking, let's start moving, let's start loving. Let's start using our native tongue, and let's love.
Thank you. Each and every one of those voices are powerful and must be heard. Mm-hmm. While they say opinions can't be wrong, an opinion with the wrong action can be. And each one of these opinions might be able to sway someone else's opinion. And this is where these talks need to go. Yeah. Where these talks are only an hour long, this is just the beginning. Let's continue this dialogue on social media. We invite each and every one of you to follow us, engage.
Mm-hmm. Right, because it is awareness where it all starts, right? And then it is action from there. So we begin with the awareness, then we move to action, and we create the change that we want to see. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. It's getting closer and closer to that time to talk.
Stay tuned, and it is time to talk.
Remind America of the fierce urgency of now.
If you're uncomfortable, like a lot of us are, it's time to talk.
The luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of graduation.
It's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
It's time to talk.